can we predict how many more albums Green Day have left in them all the way into the distant future? Reel it back in for a realistic retirement plan for the band, and then go back to the future, because you know that Billie Joe is going to want to sing after his 67th birthday, right? Another side thing with Green Day real quick, I just found out that this thing has an enhanced feature on it where there's like fanzines and all kinds of cool pictures from the 80s and 90s on that. So I might share that with you guys here on the channel at some point. Saviors is the 14th studio album by Green Day, and fans are speculating as to what will come next. Green Day's average wait time between albums, including Saviors, is 3 years, 102 days. And even without doing all that crazy, stupid math, it's easy to see that 3 years is the typical wait between Green Day albums. Just as simple as we can put it. Billy, Mike, and Trey have all their dookie together in 2024, and they've talked about doing things more frequently. So let's assume that 3 years on the dot is what Green Day will do in 2027 and in the years after that, to make this simple. We will try to stick with reality for a while and even discuss the retirement, the realistic retirement of Green Day in the coming decades before getting crazy and then kind of getting sane again. I'm not crazy, you're the one that's famous. Oh! Album 15 is going to come on New Year's Day, 2027. I'm sure of it. Wow! The follow-up to Saviors will top our excitement in 2024, and guess what? It will be their last album of the 2020s. The 20s! Album 16 will be the first Green Day album of the 30s on 2030. The band members will be 58 years old, or 58 years young, and rocking hard as ever, with a few surprises, even on their 16th outing as a band. This is really deep into a catalog, and try to give me in the comments some 90s bands that have 14 or 15 albums, other than Weezer. We know about the Weezer. They put out way too many there in a short period of time, and that was not good. But now Weezer are back on track, rocking again. Let's talk about Green Day some more, though. Album 17 will come out in 2033, and will reveal what the guys sound like in their 60s. And guess what? They're still making amazing punk rock in their 60s. Album 18 is going to come out in 2036. And in 2036, Green Day will be celebrating both their 18th album and 20 years of Revolution Radio. So anniversary tours will still be popular in the year 2036. So that's going to be really fun to see them play Revolution Radio in full and album 18 in full. And no other anniversary albums that year, because we don't want to do that. 2039, an important milestone appears for Green Day in this time period. Green Day are now at the age of 67. They can retire from their jobs after album 19. So they can start spending more time with their pigs and goats and candles and soaps and plates. But first things first, Green Day 19. It's called Walking Blues, and it tricks some fans into believing that it will be a blues record. There's kind of some jokes online, but it's a blues record in the sense that it's very much Green Day playing Green Day music. Maybe a little bit of blues influence in the guitars or in the mix. Jason White and Julie Bo Legweek do some wild-ass guitar music on this one. And yeah, Jason White is an official member again on this record for whatever reason. Now! In 2039. 2039 could be the year that Green Day retire, with them all being the age of 67. But I might just still be filming this video in the 2040s, because now we're about to get crazy and fast forward. We're going back to the future. We will snap back to reality. Up there goes gravity. Dozy doze all the spaghetti. Green Day fans like rap, right? Anyway, we are now in the year 8000. I look the same for some reason because I'm that dude, but we're in the year 8000 even, and Green Day are a little bit worse for wear, but promoting their brand new 2004 record entitled Young Thugs and Bloody Knucks. A wild return to form after centuries of doing some really out there bizarre stuff and kind of doing some American Idiot-like albums over the millennium. We're jumping forward again. We got Van Gogh's Time Machine, and we are in the year 10,000. In the year 10,000, Green Day will release 666 more records. And man, that is evil, but they did that on purpose, just to be funny. Green Day's 2,670th record is kind of a flop. People are baffled at this early version of humans that somehow keep living despite being incredibly old. But Green Day are really healthy for their age. I think it was that apple Trey Cool ate one time. Excuse me. Next up is the year 1 million. Green Day have amassed a catalog of 332,670 albums. And boy, oh boy, I am not around to hear any of this. This is crazy. Let's get back to reality. Green Day are not going to retire when all three members are 67. They're just not going to. Okay? With only 19 albums under their belt, that just wouldn't be right. Album 20 will be out in the year 2042. I think I'll still be around then, with the boys in good health at 70 years old. So Green Day's 70. Oh yeah, I won't have retired yet because I was born in 1985. But yeah, we'll still be around. Green Day still be around. They'll just be 70 years old, putting out album 20. Album 21 will follow in 2045. And of course, all band members turning 73 that year. Album 22 will come out in 2048 with Billy, Mike, and Trey being 76 years old. Album 23, we've got an album title called Dumby, and it will be out in 2051. The guys are now 79 years young. I mean old. Album 24 will be a mix of covers and originals, a real mixed bag coming out in the year 2054. Album 25 will feature an 85-year-old band, an 85-year-old Green Day, taking it easy, doing more acoustic and piano work, but still kicking butt when needed. They really don't like the president in 2057 either. Yikes. Very political record coming from the old men of Green Day in the year 2057. Oh man, I don't know. I think I might. I don't know. Politics is weird. Billy Bow Leg Week. Green Day will be collectively 88 years old when album 26 comes out, and it will be their first in the 60s, the 2060s, 2060 even. You laugh now, but the Rolling Stones are still rocking in 2024, and they started in 1963. Don't laugh. Green Day are better than the Rolling Stones. Now is the year 2063. We got to get a better angle on this too. 100 years after the Rolling Stones formed, Green Day will release a Rolling Stones cover album, because why not? The boys, the old men, are 91 years old and starting to think about slowing down a little bit on the Green Day front, as they all have floating farms in the clouds of Venus. Oh! And this cover album is Green Day's 27th studio record as well. There's a little bit of originals in there, kind of thrown in the mix in medley form. medley form. Get it? Metal and medleys. 2026, we'll have Green Day working on their 28th album, and of course, Green Day are going to retire soon. The boys are now men, as they are 94 years old. They are 94 years old each, and they contemplate that being a fitting end to their career that exploded in 1994. But they decide to continue going, soldiering on into the future, back into the future. 2069 is a funny year, some people would say. And so Green Day decide to put out their 29th record in 2069. And it's rumored to be the last Green Day album. Even in their like little blurb about the album. But there is a laughing emoji in there. On the album art, there's a little laughy face. A butchering of the Dookie album cover. Kind of like what they did on Father of All Bleepity Bleeps. Now, we're at the year 2072. What are we doing? 2072. Green Day's 30th and final album is called 1972 in honor of the band, their entire collective birthday, all of them turning 100 years old. The band go on a massive celebration of Kerplunk, followed by a massive world tour where they play an incendiary, if a little bit slower paced, 50-song set list with 40 hits and 40 songs that rotate deep cuts in the Green Day catalog before one massive 50-plus song end of career celebration. And here is that set list for the end of Green Day. I'm actually going to go over the set list with you guys because this is just a lot of fun to analyze and talk about Green Day's set list. But this is the final Green Day show ever, and it's got to be epic. You know, they did all those rotating set lists, but now this is the end. My wondrous friends. American Idiot is the first song. Going into Holiday, Look Ma No Brains, Brain Stew, and Jaded in one. Fire Ready Aim. They are just throwing out all these fast-paced songs. And then we go to 21 Guns. Then back to craziness with Let Yourself Go, The American Dream Is Killing Me, and Kill the DJ. Then they kick it back a little bit because we've got to get all the eras of Green Day in this very last performance. Going to Paso Lacqua, 2,000 Light Years Away. Holy Toledo, played for one of the first times ever and one of the last times, the last time. Dilemma is the 13th song, Lucky 13. East Jesus Nowhere is in there. She, Nice Guys Finish Last, Last Night on Earth. That's kind of a twist. The Nice Guys Finish Last Night on Earth. Bobby Sox, 21st Century Breakdown. They are bringing out all the hits. Last of the American Girls, Oh Love, X-Kid, Back in the USA, Warning, Bang Bang, Gimme Fame. And you know, due to their age at this point, being 100 years old, they do a little intermission in between Bang Bang, which is the 25th song that they play, and they show like a nice little video, what could possibly be like a part of an American Idiot movie, maybe coming out in the 2080s. And in that intermission, you get a real good vibe. And then the band come back, Billy, Mike, and Trey, Jason, and they play Stray Heart as the 26th song of the night. Going into Jar, Geek Stink Breath, Walking Contradiction, Stuck With Me, Pop Rocks and Coke, Waiting, and Macy's Day on Parade gets a very special performance with Mike and Trey taking over serious lead vocals for Macy's Day Parade. Billie Joe sings part of it, Mike sings the majority, and Trey sings a little bit. and they kind of harmonize as the song ends, and people think this is it. This is the end of Green Day. But those people are wrong. Green Day love to do that with their concerts where you get to that point in the set where you're like, oh, this is it. This is how it ends. They play Jesus of Suburbia after Macy's Day Parade, and people are freaking out, losing their mind, and then they go right into Revolution Radio, One-Eyed Bastard. And then they slow it down for the forgotten, redundant, and they're like, oh no, they can't end on redundant. Know Your Enemy, Still Breathing, the 40th track. Give Me Novocaine, 41. A real deep cut from American Idiot, What's Her Name? Burnout, Father of All, Oh Yeah, Letter Bomb, Homecoming, St. Jimmy. They're going deep into American Idiot. Welcome to Paradise as the 49th song. We're coming up on the end of Green Day forever. Just you wait till you see how it all ends. This is incredible. Longview is the 50th song that Green Day plays, but they're not done. When I Come Around, Wake Me Up When September Ends, Pollyanna, Everything's Gonna Be Alright. And this next part I really enjoy because there's so much good Green Day material that just doesn't get played a lot. They do a massive medley of a whole bunch of covers. I Fought the Law, Working Class Hero, Simpsons Theme, Rock and Roll All Night, Bastards of Young, Meet Me on the Roof is blended in there, Dreaming, Here Comes the Shock, and The Saints Are Coming. All 8, 9, I don't know. All of those songs are mashed up into the 54th song that they play. Just a huge dedication to rock and roll history. And they're still not done for the night. They're going right into Hitchin' a Ride. The excitement is building. There's a little bit of dread because we know that this is the last performance ever from Green Day. They do Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and people are like, this is it. This could be the end of Green Day forever. But no, there's still a few more songs that they haven't played yet, and we can't go out without them playing it, right? You got Hitchin' a Ride, and you got 4 more songs after that. Boulevard of Broken Dreams, a big one. They go on for some time, rocking out like that Boulevard of Broken Dreams ending with all the guitars going crazy. It goes on for 5 or 6 minutes of just, and you think, oh no, they're going to end with that. And then they go into Minority and play it just like on the album, which is very, very rare. And I'm getting emotional thinking about the very end of Green Day, the last time they're on stage. But they've just played freaking 57 songs with like 7 or 8 songs in the medley. So this is like 60 plus songs total. And you know they have to include these next 2. Basket Case. They start playing it and the place goes nuts. The place goes absolutely nuts. They invite fans on the stage and you can just hear it. There's people outside of the stadium singing Basket Case. There's people inside of the stadium. There's people on the stage. The crew, security are not even doing security anymore. They're singing along to Basket Case because this is the end of Green Day. Can they go out with Basket Case being the last song that they ever play? I don't think they can. I think there's something else they have to do. There's something else they absolutely have to play last. Some people think it should be something different, but I think that this is fitting. The 59th and final track of the night has got to be Good Riddance, Time of Your Life in parentheses. And this is the end of Green Day forever. I just
Look,
found
Ma,
out
I
that
don't
my
got no
copyright
brain. I'm stupid. I don't mind myself. I don't know. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Look now, I got no brains. I'm stupid.
Vendetta, sweet